Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, so folks, buckle up, because the NFL offseason just got a lot more interesting with some serious potential blockbuster moves on the horizon. Right now, there are rumors swirling around that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might be willing to part ways with Antoine Winfield Jr. And if that happens, it could be one of the biggest game changers for the Giants this season. We're talking about a trade that could reshape the Giants' defense, especially their secondary, which has been a bit of a concern lately given their injury struggles and inconsistency. Let's break this down. The Buccaneers, currently sitting at a 7-8 record, are in a bit of a cap crunch, and reports suggest they're open to trading Winfield Jr. for a second-round pick. This move isn't just about cap space. It's also about trying to rebuild with youth and focus on the future, especially after the coaching shift post-Bowles. Winfield Jr., a versatile safety drafted back in 2020, has been a key piece for Tampa Bay's defense. He's not just a typical safety. He's a playmaker who can cover deep blitz and even come down into the box to make tackles. His entire career has been marked by consistency and big play potential, with over 550 tackles, 20 sacks, and 10 interceptions so far. His PFF grade has generally hovered around the high 80s, reflecting his high level of play. In 2025, Winfield's stats are still impressive: 55 solo tackles, 90 total, with 2 sacks and 3 interceptions, and he's been durable with no significant injuries. His EPA per target is 35, which is pretty solid, and he's allowed only about 22 receptions with just 3 touchdowns. Plus, his interception rate of around 5% shows how opportunistic he is. He's a player who elevates the secondary, especially when you consider how Tampa Bay's defense has struggled this year, giving up more yardage and points than they would like. Now, looking at the Giants' situation, their secondary has been a bit of a roller coaster. Injuries have hit hard. Flott has been out for 4 games with a concussion, and Johnson has been battling an ankle injury. Adding a player like Winfield Jr. could be a real boost. He brings that deep coverage ability that the Giants desperately need, especially considering their current stats, allowing nearly 800 passing yards this season. Bringing in someone like Winfield could help turn that around, giving the Giants an extra layer of defense that could reduce the points they allow, from 28 points per game down to around 23. Plus, Winfield Jr. is not just a solid player, he's a proven playmaker. If we project his impact based on previous seasons, he could potentially add around 4 interceptions this year, which would significantly boost the Giants' turnover differential. The Giants' defense has already shown improvement with increased pressure and blitzing, averaging over 10 pressures per game, and adding a safety who can also create turnovers would complement that aggressive style perfectly. It's the kind of move that turns a good defense into a great one, especially if it helps elevate the secondary to the top 12 in the league. The trade also makes sense from a cap perspective. Tampa Bay's current cap hit for Winfield Jr. is around $12 million, which isn't insurmountable if they're trying to rebuild and free up funds, especially since this trade could free up roughly $16 million in cap space for the Bucs, giving them some flexibility to pursue younger players or address other needs like offensive line or linebackers. But the question is, will Tampa be willing to make that move? That's where the risk comes in. The Bucs' secondary has seen a decline. They've given up about 8 fewer interceptions compared to last year, and their overall pass defense has taken a hit, which might be a reason they're considering trading away a key piece like Winfield. For the Giants, this is a golden opportunity. Their defense is already trending upward, but adding Winfield Jr. could be the catalyst for a real turnaround. Their secondary, which has been allowing around 800 yards through the air, could see a massive upgrade. If Winfield can deliver projections of roughly 4 additional interceptions and help reduce the passing yards allowed, it would be a game changer. Plus, the team's overall pass rush has been solid, with over 10 pressures per game, and adding a safety who can blitz and create turnovers complements that style perfectly. It's a recipe for a top 12 defense, and with that kind of improvement, the Giants could be looking at a much brighter future. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Giants are currently sitting at an unfortunate 2-13 record, but that doesn't mean their season is over. In fact, with a move like acquiring Winfield Jr., they could set the stage for a real resurgence. He's projected to add around 18% coverage efficiency, which could reduce the points they allow from 28 to about 23 per game. That's a tangible difference in a league where every point matters, especially in close games. And if we look ahead to the playoffs, the odds of winning could jump significantly, from around +20 to +8,500, making the Giants a much more dangerous team in the postseason if they can get that defensive boost. This move could be more than just about this season. It's about building a foundation, a new era for the Giants' defense with Winfield Jr. acting as a catalyst. Pairing him with the young talent already on the roster could help develop a formidable secondary for years to come. Think of him as the Minkah Fitzpatrick of the Steelers, elevating the entire unit with leadership and playmaking ability. It's the kind of move that, if executed correctly, can forge a dynasty-defining secondary that leads the Giants into a new chapter of success. Of course, there are some skeptics. The Buccaneers might be hesitant to deal away a versatile player like Winfield Jr., especially if they believe they can turn things around and make a push for the playoffs. But if Tampa is committed to a rebuild, especially with a focus on youth and cap flexibility, trading Winfield could be a smart move. The question is whether the Giants' front office can make a compelling enough offer to sway the Bucs, considering the value Winfield brings. From the Giants' perspective, this is a rare opportunity. They've been cautious with their cap space this year, but a trade like this could be a turning point. It signals their intent to contend more seriously next season and beyond. A strong secondary can be the backbone of a championship team, and Winfield Jr. could be exactly the piece they need to make that leap. With his ability to cover deep blitz and create turnovers, he could help transform the Giants' defense into one of the league's top units, especially if paired with the right scheming and coaching. Looking ahead, the Giants' defense has the potential to become a real strength, especially if they add this kind of playmaker. The upcoming draft and free agency will also be crucial, but landing Winfield Jr. would be a bold statement that they're serious about competing now. It's a move that could rally the team, energize the fan base, and set the tone for a new era in the NFC East. Because let's face it, in a division where the Eagles and Cowboys are always gunning for supremacy, the Giants need to make bold moves to stay competitive. And at the end of the day, football is all about winning. Bringing in a top-tier safety like Winfield Jr. might just be the piece that pushes the Giants over the edge and into the postseason. It's about creating a legacy, building a contender, and making sure that the Giants are not just fighting for respect, but fighting for Super Bowls. The potential here is enormous, and if the Giants' front office pulls the trigger, it could be a move that fans talk about for years to come. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.